Welcome back to our channel, Soap fans. Can you believe the absolute mess Leo Stark is making right now? I mean, seriously, guys, we have seen Leo do some incredibly toxic things in the past, but his current obsession with Javi Hernandez is reaching a terrifying new level. If you have been watching closely, you know that Leo simply cannot let Javi go, no matter how many times Javi has looked him dead in the eye and told him to back off. Leo is completely delusional at this point. He is operating under this twisted belief that he and Javi are ultimate soulmates, completely ignoring the fact that his own selfish actions destroyed their relationship. Remember when Leo abandoned Javi to run off to Alemania to help Dimitri von Leuschner? That was the nail in the coffin! Javi rightly realized that Leo will always put his own chaotic baggage first. But in Leo's mind, that ship hasn't sailed. It is just waiting at the dock for him to board. But here is the kicker, and it is a massive one. Javi has completely moved on, and his new boyfriend, Gus, is in Salem. Gus is this incredibly handsome, stable firefighter from Texas, and the chemistry between him and Javi is just off the charts. They are healthy, they are happy, and they are everything Leo is not. When Leo saw Gus and Javi sharing that passionate kiss, you could literally see the villainous gears turning in his head. Leo is not the type of person to just bow out gracefully and wish his ex well. Oh no. Leo is a saboteur. He thrives on destruction, and now he has his sights set squarely on completely ruining Gus's life to force him out of Salem. Let's be real for a second about what is actually happening here. Javi recently told Gus about Leo's unhinged behavior, warning him that Leo is lurking in the shadows. But Gus, being the absolute stand-up guy that he is, assured Javi that he has plenty of vacation days and wants to stay in Salem for as long as possible. In fact, Javi came up with a brilliant long-term solution. There is an open position at the Salem firehouse. Gus agreed to apply for the job so he can stay in town and build a real future with Javi. It is a beautiful, romantic gesture. But, of course, Leo was creeping around, eavesdropping on this entire conversation like a cartoon villain. Now, this is where the storyline gets incredibly juicy and ties into some deep Salem lore. Gus isn't the only person looking for a job as a first responder in Salem right now. JJ Deveraux is back in town, and he desperately wants to return to his roots as an EMT. JJ is a Salem native, a former cop, a former EMT, and he has deep, deep ties to the community. We are hearing that this job opportunity at the firehouse might actually put JJ and Gus in direct competition for the exact same spot, or at least for limited municipal funding. I actually love this setup because it brings JJ back into the fold in a meaningful way. JJ has been through absolute hell over the last few years. We are approaching the 4-year anniversary of Abigail's brutal murder, and JJ has been carrying that heavy, suffocating grief this entire time. He deserves a win. He deserves stability. But the tragedy here is that JJ's noble pursuit of a career might be weaponized by the most toxic man in Salem. And you won't believe what Leo is planning to do. If Leo finds out that Gus and JJ are competing for the same spot, he's going to use every dirty trick in his playbook to ensure Gus loses. Leo is a master manipulator. I fully expect him to sneak into the administrative offices, hack into the system, and straight up delete Gus's application. Or worse, what if Leo calls Gus's former fire chief in Texas and poses as a reference, completely trashing Gus's reputation? That is crazy. But it is exactly the kind of petty, destructive move Leo Stark is famous for. A lot of fans think Leo might just try to steal the application off a desk, but I actually think he is going to go a much more manipulative route involving Chad DiMera. Think about it. Chad and JJ are currently living under the same roof. Chad is Abigail's widower, and JJ is her brother. They share a profound, unbreakable bond forged in tragedy. Chad is also a DiMera, meaning he has immense wealth, power, and influence in Salem. Leo currently works in Chad's orbit. I can absolutely see Leo slithering up to Chad and playing the sympathy card. Leo will likely manipulate Chad, saying something like, "Don't you think JJ deserves this job after everything he's been through? You should make a call and guarantee he gets it." Chad, acting out of genuine love and loyalty to JJ, might actually pull some strings, completely unaware that he is being used as a pawn in Leo's sick game of romantic sabotage. This move would be a classic DiMera power play, but orchestrated by Leo's venomous jealousy. I think this move would be a huge mistake for Chad, because if JJ ever finds out that his job was handed to him through dirty DiMera influence, JJ will absolutely explode. JJ is a man of honor. He hates corruption. If he discovers that Leo rigged the system and Chad helped, it will destroy the fragile peace in that household. Let's take a deep psychological dive into Leo Stark for a minute, because his behavior is a fascinating study in toxic narcissism. Leo does not know how to love. He only knows how to possess. Look at his history. Look at what he did to Craig Wesley. He isolated Craig, manipulated him, and nearly destroyed his life just to secure his own status. Look at his obsession with Sonny Kiriakis years ago. Leo equates love with control. He thinks that if he can just eliminate Gus, Javi will magically fall back into his arms. But that is not how human emotions work. Leo is a broken, deeply insecure man who would rather burn down Javi's happiness than see him smile with someone else. It is sickening, but it makes for incredible soap opera television. I am passionately rooting for Javi and Gus here. Javi has been through the ringer. His relationship with Dimitri was a disaster that left him heartbroken and humiliated. He finally finds a good, honest man in Gus, and now he has to deal with Leo acting like a rabid dog with a bone. But here is my prediction based on the show's internal logic. Leo's plan is going to blow up in his face in the most spectacular way possible. We already know behind the scenes that Al Calderon is leaving the role of Javi, and Jacob Martinez is stepping into the role in about a month as a recast. The timing of this recast is incredibly suspicious. I firmly believe that this transition will happen right at the climax of this storyline. Imagine this. Leo successfully sabotages Gus's job. Gus is heartbroken and thinks he has to leave Salem. But then, Javi uncovers the truth. Javi finds out that Leo deleted the files or manipulated Chad. The confrontation that follows is going to be epic. Javi is going to unleash years of pent-up rage on Leo. He is going to look Leo in the eye and tell him that he is a disgusting, toxic monster and that they will never, ever be together. That explosive moment of realization where Javi finally cuts the cord on Leo forever would be the perfect dramatic peak to introduce the new Javi recast. It would give Jacob Martinez incredible, meaty material to sink his teeth into right out of the gate. Ultimately, Leo Stark is his own worst enemy. He is trying to force a puzzle piece into a slot that doesn't fit, and he is willing to destroy innocent bystanders like Gus and JJ to do it. But Salem has a way of balancing the scales. Leo's desperate, drastic measures to get rid of Gus are not going to win Javi back. They are going to push Javi away permanently. And honestly, I cannot wait to watch Leo face the consequences of his own toxic actions. It is going to be a bumpy, dramatic ride. And we will be here to break down every single shocking twist